My name is Jacob Edgar. I'm an explorer, but I don't search for lost cities or ancient ruins. I'm on the quest for a different kind of treasure, music. As an ethnomusicologist and world music record producer, I travel the globe hunting for the best songs the world has to offer. And I suffer through some of the worst, so you don't have to. I've got a backstage pass to the world's music, and I won't stop until I've heard it all. Tel Aviv is less than an hour's drive from Jerusalem. Yet Israel's two biggest cities could not be more different from each other. Jerusalem is the holy city on a hill, a destination for the devout, and it shows its age in the ancient stone buildings. Tel Aviv's architecture is austere and modernistic, with concrete towers rising over angular Bauhaus buildings and urban streets marked with graffiti and street art. Orthodox Jews roam the sidewalks of Jerusalem, the men covered to the ankles in long overcoats and the women's hair concealed with wigs. In Tel Aviv, bikinis, tank tops, and trend-setting fashions are the clothing of choice. Tel Aviv, with its devil-may-care beach culture and world-famous nightlife, is the decadent Mr. Hyde to Jerusalem's well-behaved Dr. Jekyll. Tel Aviv is the second largest economy in the Middle East, home to one of the best urban beaches in the world, excellent restaurants, cafes, shops, clubs, and a young, cosmopolitan, well-educated population. So there's plenty to enjoy. That includes, of course, the music scene, which is thriving, diverse, and cutting edge, overflowing with wonderful artists and exciting sounds. While there is far more happening in the Tel Aviv music scene than we could possibly fit in one episode of Music Voyager, we reached out to a few of the many artists whose music we enjoy and asked them to show us their favorite things about the city they live in. The first artist we meet asked us to meet him at the little-known Second Aliyah Park, located on a hill overlooking the Tel Aviv skyline. It turns out singer and songwriter Ehud Banai has a personal connection to this park.
I was very fond of Westerns movie when I was a child. I was really influenced from these movies, so I used to come here and imagine I have a horse, you know, And I was making a little fire, you know, imagining I'm Clint Eastwood somewhere in Mexico.
Some spaghetti western.
Yeah. But you know, it's like I remember when I came home after this afternoon like this, I felt like I'm coming home from very far away place. And since then, you know, I feel here that I'm very close to my home, but still I'm somehow far away.
A member of one of Israel's most important musical families, Ehud Banai has been performing professionally since the early 1980s, with influences ranging from the Beatles and Bob Dylan to traditional Middle Eastern and Persian music, and even reggae. Ehud is truly beloved by all in Israel.
The East music and the West music, to get it together. You know, I think this is like more or less my style is like Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan, and Van Morrison, and Nick Drake, and Richard Thompson from one side, and Persian and Indian and Arabic music from the other side. And somehow they come together, you know, in my music. I'm not trying to force it, you know, it's just what naturally is coming out of me. And I write a lot about the outsiders. So sometimes I feel that my audience is a bunch of outsiders that got together and came to the concert.
ובכל רגע חדש פורענות לא עלינו והכל חי ברשת, הכל מתפוצץ ובאופק אחר על אותו דף גמרא יושבים כל הלילה אתה ואני שלוות עולמי פרדס חנה כרכור אקליפטוס ברוח שורק בלוז כנעני.
Here in Israel, unfortunately, I hope that someday it will open, but we are kind of closed. You know, we have borders from all sides and sea on the other side. And so I was thinking, how can I get wings? You know, I can travel far away, and I found out that here in Israel, you can take a trip in the time, travel in time, because the time here is very, very deep. You know, you have, like you drive from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, it's 1 hour drive, but you drive actually 3,000 years back to the days when King David was playing his electric guitar on the veranda.
אקליפטוס ענק, שורק בלוז כנעני. מאז שעזבת הרבה השתנה כאן הנר שלך מאיר עדיין בוער
צרלי צ'רלי שלא הגעתי שהתעכבתי עוד לא נולדתי אוי כמה חבל רע אבוא בשמלה לבנה נקבע לגלגול הבא חתונה.
I head into the city to meet Carolina, a very popular singer in Israel, with an outstanding head of hair and a voice to match. Carolina takes me down the street to the area where she lives, Neve Tzedek, a hip and artsy Tel Aviv neighborhood. With its village-like atmosphere, small streets, and funky architecture, Neve Tzedek has been a refuge for artists and writers since the beginning of the 1900s. Carolina has worked with many of Israel's top funk, soul, and reggae groups, and is a member of the female trio Habanat Nechama, one of Israel's biggest-selling folk pop bands.
The artists, I can feel it in Tel Aviv, are very versatile. Like you said before, many languages, many things to write about. You go out to Jaffa, just 2 minutes from here, you feel totally different
Gone back in time.
vibrations. All of this together is good for creation.
That's interesting,
And
you know? It's,
this is what I feel, and also that the money thing. I did records in Israel, and I did sell some records, but I never get rich. And it's not that I live in a very simple way, and I think it's also keeping me more artist than star.
Right.
And I like it, you know. It's authentic, and it's a big and great opportunity to live in a place like that as an artist, because it's interesting, and you can never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
It's like it's moving so quickly and changing every minute, and I think here in Tel Aviv and Israel in particular, it's like really. It's really strong. It's really good, and it's really influencing. Every time I close my eyes and wonder how it could be if I train myself to love you more. Both of us must grow through lessons in our lives in order for our love to grow. There's nothing in this world that makes me shine like sweet, pure love, as you know, as you know. Every time I close my eyes and wonder how it could be if I train myself to love you more. Next time you'll ask me why, I'm gonna tell you that for now you'll have to let me go. There's nothing in this world that makes me shine like sweet, pure love, as you know, as you know. No more war between us, no more war. No more rules to flip our brains, no blame, no blame. Every time I close my eyes and wonder how it could be if I train myself to love you more. Next time you'll ask me why, I'm gonna tell you that for now you'll have to let me go, go. It is a song about many divorce problems.
Oh,
Not
really?
only between a couple, you know what I mean?
so it's about love, not politics.
It is complicated, like they say. It's about love, yeah. It's about, but then when this song came out, people was sure that it's about politics and wars, and
Well,
it's the same.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
It's the same.
It's like a relationship.
Exactly the same story.
The Palestinian and the Israelis are in this
Yeah.
relationship. with
But
each
when I
other.
was in Germany on tours, then they thought it's about the Holocaust. So I was on
Really?
stage and I was singing, "No more war between us, no blame." You know, it was just, yeah. So people thought it's for. So it's good if people they connect to this no blame song.
They can take whatever they want
Yeah.
from it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, 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 hey.
I think many people outside of Israel have the impression that Arabs and Israelis live completely separate lives, walled off from each other and in a state of constant conflict. The reality is that Jews, Muslims, and Christians have lived peacefully side by side in this region for hundreds, thousands of years. In fact, Arab citizens of Israel make up over 20% of the country's total population. It can be difficult to straddle two worlds, being Palestinian and Israeli. And no one knows that better than Mira Anwar Awad, a singer and actress who I first heard singing on the haunting Idan Reichel project track Azini. Mira has become famous in Israel through her role on the popular TV show Arab Labor, which focuses on the often absurd struggles of Arabs trying to navigate life in Israeli society.
אל תגידי שנעלבת עכשיו.
מה ישבו לי עליו? אני בסך הכל עוזרת. רוצה שאני אכין לך איזה קפה קטן לפני שאני מקרצפת את השירותים?
I've stayed in touch with Mira over the years, and I'm a big fan of her acoustic songs, especially Bahlawan, which she performed for Music Voyager in the streets of Jaffa, the ancient Arab port city that is now incorporated into Tel Aviv. Jaffa is one of the oldest cities in the world. People have been living here for 10,000 years or more, and it's mentioned frequently in the Bible. It was from the port of Jaffa that Jonah set sail before he ended up being swallowed by a whale. And today, St. Peter's Church is one of many religious sites that can be found along Jaffa's ancient streets.
ماشي على أوتار مشدودة إيدي على جناب ممدودة بلاقي ضمان ولا شبكة أمان بهلوان.
Bahlawan is an acrobat in Arabic. And the acrobat is me, naturally. But I addressed the song to my little brother, saying that I've always been like this. I've always been on the edge, trying to move on a very thin line between things. And you were always worried. You were always worried that everybody would know that I'm this acrobat.
خطوة ورا خطوة عالحبل موزونة أعيش بالسير.
You were saying that, Jaffa is traditionally known as the Arab part of
It is the Arab part of Tel Aviv, but of course, as you see, it's mixed. The population is mixed. This is one of the reasons why I like to be here. It's because I come from the Galilee, and this is where I grew up, and this is the culture I know. And actually, this mixture is kind of who I am. It made me who I am. It made me make the music that I do. It made me think the thoughts that I do, and made me strive for this dialogue and coexistence between the people living here.
ينعرف إنه بلاقي ضمان ولا شبكة أمان بهلوان بطير بطير.
Since Music Voyager has been traveling in Israel, I've been on the quest for the country's best hummus, or hummus as they call it here. Ask almost anyone in Tel Aviv where to find the city's best hummus, and 9 times out of 10, their answer is Abu Hassan, a legendary spot with grumpy waiters and long lines trailing out the door, eager to get their hummus fix before it runs out, which it usually does by early afternoon. Uri Kinrot, a member of the band Boom Pam, asks me to meet him there. After my long quest and many bowls of hummus, I am rewarded with a delicious bowl of garlicky hummus layered with fava beans and served with warm pita bread. I've been in Israel for a couple of weeks now, and finally, my first religious experience. Uri is the guitarist and lead singer of Boom Pam, which blends surf rock with elements of gypsy music, belly dance beats, Balkan brass, and a laid-back, uber-hipster attitude to form one of Israel's quirkiest and most unique bands. Okay, the electric guitar, I understand that. The drum kit, standard. But the tuba? Where did that idea come from?
Actually, we had a board meeting we thought of what's going to be the band that nobody else in the world had thought about. And then we voted for the tuba, and then they sent me to the Tuba Academy
To learn.
in Vienna.
You were a bass
Yeah,
player
and I
before, and
came
they're like,
back.
the bass
Yeah,
player
yeah,
is
yeah.
not cool.
A
You got to
year-
learn how to
a
play
year
with
without-
it. Surf rock, the Southern California beach bum sound, which was popularized in the 1960s by guitarist Dick Dale, might seem like an odd inspiration for an Israeli band, but actually, it makes a lot more sense than you might think. First of all, Tel Aviv is most definitely a beach town. Second, many people don't know that Dick Dale, whose rapid-fire electric guitar riffs define the surf rock sound, was in fact of Lebanese heritage and was heavily influenced by Middle Eastern music. No wonder the Boom Pom guys found something they could connect with in his sound. I'll be meeting up with the members of Boom Pom later, but first I drop in for a visit with Kutiman, a musician, producer, and video director who's best known around the world for his pioneering mashups of YouTube clips. And he directed Carolina's elaborate music video for Smile to Me.
Smile to me, smile. Keep smile to you, smile to me.
What was the process of making Smile?
Actually, we just started, I had this idea.
And he told me, what are you doing today? And I said, well, nothing, sitting on the sofa, really bored.
And I told her, I have an idea.
Let's go out, bring your guitar.
And I drew on the camera her figure, so she's gonna be at the same spot.
They used to wear the same clothes and my uniform.
The idea was to shoot her playing the same song in different locations.
He filmed only once. And then he took it home, and then he decided,
Let's go do one on the pink wall, and then we saw this blue wall.
it was like 200 locations.
And then we found ourselves like for a couple of months just walking around Tel Aviv.
At the beginning, we were walking in the street.
Yeah.
After a while, he said, maybe we'll take the car.
Yeah, it was endless and a lot of fun and a lot of work, but it was really, really great fun.
Kutiman is a much respected musician and producer here in Israel. But he is most famous for his online video project, Through You, in which he takes a dizzying assortment of random YouTube video clips and mixes them masterfully together to create entirely new visual and musical creations. It's genius stuff and has resulted in millions of views. It even led to mega pop band Maroon 5 contacting Kutiman to direct an experimental video for them. I sit down with Kutiman in his home studio to discover how he does it.
We actually did some filming with Boom Pom, with the local band.
כפיר, זה בשבילך.
And we thought we'd prepare something so you could actually demo how you do what you do. So maybe we should light it up and you can show me the process of this.
I'll do my best. On some point you search for a sample, but after a while it becomes that you search for people.
So now we've set it up. You've got the guitar starting the song, then the tuba comes in, then you got the percussion coming in.
Yeah. So
And then I suppose if you were doing this online, you'd say, I need some horns. So you'd go find the horn section.
Exactly.
Tel Aviv is world famous for its nightlife, so of course I've got to see what all the fuss is about. I've asked the Boom Pom guys to take me to some of their favorite spots.
You can dance, take a chance on the floor tonight. Step aside, turn and glide. All your moves are right. Take me down to the sound that is playing tight. You are mine, and I shine bright.
As the night wears on and the arak, a licorice-flavored liquor popular in the Middle East, continues to flow, the guys from Boom Pom take me from one bar to another, which builds to a fever pitch as the music gets heavier, faster, and more electronic. It's just another night in Tel Aviv.
You got style, you are wild. Girl, you're never tired. You get high and you fly. I wanna hitch a ride.
Well, I have to say, Tel Aviv lived up to its reputation. That was quite a night, and pretty soon the sun's gonna be up, so I think I'm gonna have to say I'm done. Is this what you guys do every weekend?
Every night.
Every night?
Yeah.
Man, the life of a rock star. Anyway, thank you guys. Boom Pam, I love you.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
your
you.
work.
Thank you.
And thanks for showing me around Tel Aviv at night. It was fun. When strolling through the picturesque streets of Neve Tzedek and Jaffa, wandering along the boardwalk in Tel Aviv, it's easy to forget that you are in one of the most precarious political tinderboxes. However, the residents of Tel Aviv have certainly mastered the art of living in the present. And when you think about it, isn't that something we should all aspire to do? It's no wonder Tel Aviv is gaining a reputation as one of the world's hottest tourist destinations. With its beaches, nightlife, rich art scene, and vibrant culture, Tel Aviv is a wonderful place to spend an urban Mediterranean vacation. The music scene also doesn't disappoint, and I'm sure the next time I come, I'll unearth even more incredible music and meet more fascinating people that create it.
ברוב השירים עוד זוכר את פניה נוגות לא נוגות בדמעה של שתיקה ברוב הדמעות השתקפות החדר כמו גוזר על חיי עלמות